Welcome back to another lesson where we explain the exam. Today we're going to be looking at the 2021 Cammeraygal Physics paper question 10, as you know. 7 marks in total. This marks down module 7, inquiry question 3, but it does link to other inquiry questions such as module 8, inquiry question 1. It also can link to module 8, inquiry question I think it was 3. So question 10, it says one of the most important equations in all of physics is Max Planck's equation. Max Planck's equation is what we want. It says use relevant experiments and observations by scientists. Evaluate this statement. Okay, so there's 3 parts to this. Evaluate statement. Now, let's say, in terms of the relevant experiments, we have the photoelectric effect. If we look at observations that were made about E equals HF, then we have black body radiation. If you recall, that was the original reason why E equals HF was proposed. Another experimental observation would be the emission and absorption spectra. And if you recall what allows this to happen, it would be Bohr's planetary model of the atom with the discrete energy levels of the electron. So let me try and draw this out. We have discrete energy levels, as you can see here. For an electron to migrate up or electron to migrate down, it needs to either absorb, in this case there, or to emit electromagnetic radiation. Now let's answer the question. Firstly, we want to make a judgment, and we're going to say that according to this statement, the statement is correct, and we are going to provide a justification for it. So, experiments and observations, black body radiation, explains that energies of photons are quantized, and it helps solve the ultraviolet catastrophe. So, drawing the ultraviolet curve didn't really explain why there was a drop-off here originally. But if we think of energy of photons as being quantized, we can think of this bit here as energy transitions that are less favorable. So energy transitions that are less favored because it's a higher energy transition. Sorry if I'm writing the words a bit small, I'm just making sure I have enough space to write the whole answer. So energy transitions that are less favored because it's a high energy transition. There's that, and then and that's our peak wavelength. So lower energy transitions, more favored, and so hence greater quantity. And so that also represents why there was a drop-off. So explains why there was a drop-off. Okay? Okay. The next one we can go into is the photoelectric effect. So the equation E equals HF demonstrates that energy of light was based on its frequency. So it demonstrates that the energy for the photo emission of electrons was based on the frequency of the light and not the classical theory of intensity. Next, we have emission and absorption spectra. So it can demonstrate or explain through the equation E equals HF and Bohr's planetary model of the atomic structure. For an electron transition into a different energy level, it needs to absorb, in this case absorption spectra, or release, emission spectra, energy equivalent to the formula E equals to the energy equivalent of the final orbit and the energy equivalent of the initial orbit. That energy will be equal to hf. Thus demonstrates the importance the formula E equals hf has on scientists' understanding of these experiments and observations. If you found this video useful in explaining the importance of physics formulas, please give this a like and subscribe. I might do more formula-based explanations and their significance in future videos. Take care.